very least, we would have to say that in the Christianity of tomorrow, God can no longer be thought of as a being external to life, who must invade the world in some supernatural way to accomplish the divine purpose. And so the theistic definition of God will surely die. But the death of theism does not mean that there is no divine presence. The question becomes, can this divine presence be perceived apart from the vocabulary of traditional theism? I think it can. Paul Tillich, the theologian who most shaped my early theological development, has suggested that God must be perceived not as a being, not even the supreme being, not even a supernatural being, but rather as the very ground of all being. The ground of being is not external to life. It is rather present in the being of all things. Perhaps the ground of being can be engaged and even worshipped by those of us who, as self-conscious creatures, believe that in the depths of our humanity we can experience transcendence and otherness and the holy, a reality that I call God. God can no longer be perceived as a miracle-working deity, a divine Mr. Fix-It, but as the source of life and love permeating the whole creation and capable of being engaged consciously in the human experience when wholeness and healing and full humanity are known. If it is the experience of God that is real, and not the explanations of that God experience, then can we not suggest that it is the God who is the source of life, the source of love, and the ground of being, who is met in the life and in the love and in the being of the human Jesus of Nazareth? Can he not thus still be, for some, the single defining life in the divine human encounter? We no longer have to be bound by the theistic explanations, even of the New Testament. That was the way first-century people explained their experience in terms of the only God concept they knew. But could it not have been that in his expanded life, Jesus revealed the God who was the source of life? Could it not be in the love he shared so wastefully that he revealed the God who was the source of love? Could it not be that in the fullness of being that he manifested in both his life and his death, that he revealed the God who is the ground of being? Could it not be that in the depths of human consciousness, humanity ultimately flows into divinity? Is that the experience which caused people to state ecstatically that in some way the holy God had been encountered in the life of the human Jesus? Jesus did not come to live and die in order to rescue the fallen. He, a human being, became rather an empowering God presence, calling people to step beyond the boundaries of their fears and to grasp a new humanity. A humanity not divided by the security systems of tribe and prejudice and gender and even religion. Each of these security systems was designed to aid in the quest for human survival. They are the protective layers wrapped around not the fallen creature, but the unfinished creature, the incomplete creature that you and I call Homo sapiens. The God presence in Jesus was an empowering call to us all to step beyond the boundaries of our incompleteness into a deeper and fuller humanity. To journey into that new humanity is, I believe, nothing less than to journey into the Holy God. To experience the meaning of this Jesus is to touch the dimensions of transcendence and otherness and holiness. The church that will continue to live in this world must shed the literalism of its explanations, surrender its excessive claims to be the sole source of salvation, the only reservoir of divine grace, begin the task of being the community dedicated to calling human beings to step beyond the barriers erected intended to enable them to survive the rigors of evolution, to step into a barrier-free humanity, a humanity that is not fallen but only unfinished, a humanity that is waiting and yearning to be made whole. In that experience lies what I now call a new Christianity for a new world. That is why I have called for a new Reformation. That is why I have suggested that the Christianity of the future must change or die. That is why I seek to give voice to a new Christianity for a new world. In that vision, I propose a God who is beyond such explanations as theism, but not beyond the experience of that which is real and holy and eternal. A Christ who is beyond the explanations of incarnational thinking, but not beyond the experience of a timeless divinity erupting into human life. A church not as the doorway to salvation, but as a community created to deepen life and to enhance humanity. Liturgies not designed to pay homage or to flatter an external deity, but to increase our God consciousness, expand the boundaries of our human community, and break down the barriers that divide the human family. Prayer will no longer be adult letters to a Santa Claus God, requesting what only an intervening power not bound by the laws of this world could accomplish, but a way to live into and to share the God presence that surrounds us. Ethics will not be a code of conduct dictated by a theistic God, but rather it will be grounded in the principle that since God is met as the source of life, the source of love, and the ground of being, any action which enhances life or increases love or heightens being is both godlike and good, and any action which diminishes life, depresses love, or shrinks being is evil. And finally, I will propose a view of eternal life, not as a place where goodness is rewarded and evil is punished, but where eternity is present and where we might enter it in the process of living fully and loving wastefully and being all that we can be. And from that kind of God eternity, I still maintain we can never depart. The Christian church born in this Reformation, designed to live out these values, will have to give up conversion efforts and missionary enterprises, for both are based on the premise that ultimate truth can never be a human possession. Human beings will always see God as a dimension of our own life, and thus we will always see through a glass darkly. That is a human inevitability. But our Christian vocation, corporately and individually, will be to remove the defensive barriers present in all of life, so that everyone can meet the God who is the source of life by living fully, engage the God who is the source of love by loving wastefully, and worship the God who is the ground of being by having the courage to be all that every person can be. That is my vision for the church of the future. So let the Reformation begin. Thank you very much.